What is up, YouTube? How's everybody out there doing today? We've got a little issue with the good old Duramax that we gotta fix. But before we get this video started, we have a little ad commercial from Autel. If you guys remember, they sent me a OBD2 scanner before. I did a little ad for them in one of my last videos, but this time they sent me something really cool. This is pretty neat, but as you can see, it's a battery system tester, and I have played around with this a little bit, and it works very good. But we're gonna test it on my buddy's Regal, or my buddy's Century, not Regal. He's in here for an O2 sensor real quick, and I figured what a great opportunity to test his battery to see if his battery is good to go or not. If you guys are interested in this product, first link in the description below, go check them guys out. But let's see what this thing can do. All right, 12 volt system. Battery capacity, CCA, 650 co-cranking amps, and now it's testing it. And it says it's in great shape, 12.51 volts, has good co-cranking amps, all that fun stuff. Enter. And yes, we do want to print that receipt. It gives you the option to put the last 6 VIN in, so you can identify the car, which is cool, but we're gonna ignore that for right now. And there she goes, printing. Oh, look at that. Tell me that's not the coolest thing. I know it's simple, but tell me that's not the coolest thing. And then you rip it off, and you can go ahead and give that to your customer or whatever, and be like, hey, listen, you're good to go, your battery is working, and you don't need to replace it. And that's pretty awesome. Like I said, if you're interested in that product, first link in the description below, guys. Go check them out. They have a lot of cool little products, and everything they've sent me so far works very well and very good, and I've had no problems with this stuff. So I support it. So there you go, guys. Let's get to the video now. If any of you guys out there have a Chevy, an older Chevy, one of the biggest problems that you'll notice with these trucks is this right here. Just wait. Oh, look at that. Doesn't want to shut nice. Doesn't want to shut good. And it's mainly because of these door bushings in here, located right here and down here as well. We'll get a light in here when we start taking things apart. But yeah, so you have to literally like slam it to get the thing to do anything, but you can lift it up too. Watch, look at that. That's bad door bushings. So little background, I got door bushings for this probably 4 years ago when I bought the truck and put them in, and they've lasted this long. They didn't last very much longer, but they lasted for a couple years at least. And they're bad again. They've been bad for almost 2 years. They've been bad. So I ended up getting another set of door bushings for it, which we're gonna install in this video. So if you guys don't know how to install door bushings in your Chevy, you're gonna learn today. You're pretty much gonna learn today. So let's get started, start tearing things apart here, guys. One of the main reasons I want to do this is because number one, I need to do weather stripping up here, but I think with this door sagging, and of course it's raining its ass off outside, I am leaking through my door, and I think it's because it's not making a very good seal, mainly because of these door pins being messed up. So first things first, we got to put the seat back a little bit here, and we got to take this plastic seal plastic off of here. That's got to go bye-bye. So flathead screwdriver, anything will work with this pretty much, or your fingers. As you can tell, I'm doing it. There we go, and out she comes. Go ahead and sit her over here out of the way for right now, because we don't need to deal with her. And then we also have to pull this guy off here, put that back here in the back, and there's a plug in here. Don't mind all the wiring. There's a plug in here that needs to come out as well. That orange plug right there, that needs to be popped out. So we're gonna go ahead and pop that out. And we also, ooh, look, money. Look at that. Get out of here, money. We also have to pull this piece of plastic out as well. So let's get this piece of plastic out. There is 2 plugs that go through the door here that need to come out. That orange one being one, and then there's one underneath the dash that needs to come out as well. So we'll get them out and show you them here in a minute. So as you can see, the orange one is out. So I unplugged that from the fuse block. And here is my white one that needs to come out. That's going to be down here underneath the e-brake cable, or e-brake pedal here basically. And then you just pull this out, and those wires will come out for you. Now, just so you guys know, in order to get this orange plug out, you have to turn it sideways. You cannot get it out like this through that hole. You have to push it down sideways like this and pull that thing out of there. So now that we got both our wires out, the only thing left we got to do is take this 10mm bolt out here, take these 2 10mm out here, and then we can literally lift this door up off of the pins and then start working on the pins. So now that we have our 10mm out there, 10mm out there, and our bottom 10mm out, here comes the fun part. And if you're by yourself, it's definitely fun. If you're if you have a friend, it makes things a lot easier, because then you can have a friend help you take this door off. But unfortunately, I'm by myself. I think, well, Zach's up front here, but he's not feeling the greatest right now. So I'm gonna just try to go ahead and take this door off by myself and put it somewhere. I don't even know where I'm gonna put it yet, but somewhere. All right, we're gonna have Zach hold the camera here. And I had to lift the truck, didn't I? Oh God, this is gonna.
Are you gonna be able to carry that?
Suck. What?
Are you gonna be able to carry that? Why don't we set the camera on your cart?
I'll be able to carry it. It's a sucky. Believe me, the first time I did this, I did it by myself.
You're definitely dropping a door.
Because you were like 5, or no, you were like 9, I think, or something. I don't know.
You're dropping a door.
Okay. Whew.
Probably still lighter than the Trans Am doors.
Anything's lighter than the Trans Am doors. Oh, dang it. Maybe you shouldn't pull it from that area. That sucks. Did I just break it? I think it did.
You broke it?
Whatever. That's okay. We're just gonna go ahead and
Send it?
We gonna what?
Send it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Jeep now.
Yeah. Oh, look at these door pins. Oh my God. Oh my God, look at that. That's terrible. Terrible. It's almost like the bushings are like completely gone or something. Alright.
The door's like the size of you, and I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, whatever.
No, it genuinely is about your size.
Stay. Don't go nowhere.
That's 10 minutes, it's slamming to the ground, the window's shattered.
Alright.
Okay, you done?
So, now we have the door off. Close the back door. Look everybody, I've got a Jeep. Funny as hell. Look at my new Jeep. Alright, so the obvious next step is we need some tools, because we got to take these off. And then we got to replace them with a new set here. Probably can't even see what the hell I'm looking at. I'll put it over here on my cart. We'll have to replace them with a new set of bronze bushings right here. These Dorman, part number 38453. If you guys are looking for the door kit, but you obviously need 2 of them. So I think since these are the same ones, I think it's a top 16 and then a 14 bottom, I think, if I remember correctly. So let's get them off and we're gonna clean them up, make them look pretty again. So, took out all the pins, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even know if I put brass bushings in these things in the first place, to be honest. Nothing came out except for just the pins. Maybe I was young, dumb back in the day, and maybe when I did this for the first time, maybe I did not push the brass bushings in that they're supplied with the kit. I might have just thrown them in the trash. knowing me. Oh God, no wonder it failed. That's probably what happened, to be honest. Yeah, these guys here need to go in right there. So unless they literally just broke apart over the years, I don't know. I don't remember, to be honest. One thing you got to remember is the knurls here, they go on the top. So the ones with the knurls, here I'll show you. It's just easier to show you. So the ones with the knurls go on top. The ones without the knurls go, oh no, wait, I'm wrong. The ones on these go on top, and this goes on the bottom. Or that goes on top, this goes on the bottom. The reason being is because with this in there, like so, those knurls are gonna go into here, and the top ones are gonna go into the top ones up here as well. So just keep that in mind, and it goes for the bottom as well. Knurls on the top go in the bottom position. Knurls on the bottom go in the top position. So it's basically just opposite of itself is what it is. We'll put them there. We're gonna go ahead and put our bushings in and get this all together. All right, so basically this one fits in the top, but the bottom doesn't, which means I have to drill it out to that size. I can tell you from my first time I did this years ago when I didn't really know what I was doing, that's probably what ended up happening. I probably screwed up and never put these in, and that's why the door never stayed good. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to drill that out or egg that out a little bit to get them in place, because they are definitely a little smaller than what I'd like to see them, but it's no big deal. A little bit of bigger of a drill bit and stuff, and these should go right in, no problem. Correction, they are in there actually. The tops have worn down so bad that I can't even see what they look like. So they are in there. The sleeves are in there. I did put the bushings in before. They just need to be kind of helped and drilled out a little bit. But they are in there. I did put them in. They're just, like I said, these tops are so worn down here that they don't look like that anymore. So I need to punch them out or get them out with a drill, which isn't easy to do. I mean, I got my drill here. We're up there, so get up there and just drill them out. Hopefully they come out and don't cause me any real big issues. But let's just keep drilling and get them in. All right, I definitely wanted to show you, but here's the other one, the old bushing that was in there and all torn to shreds. Here's the new bushing. Put that in there like that, and there it goes. Got one more to go, guys, and that's it. Now hopefully you guys can see this. Put the light up here. As you can see, that's why the knurls have to be on top for the bottom one, because it actually goes through this here. And then obviously the top one here, you can see the knurls go on the bottom because it has to go through this, and it basically catches it is what it does. It's just basically a catch. So we're gonna get the bottom one on and then put all the nuts on with the washers and tighten it down. Also, don't forget to put a little bit of grease on these as well. Put a little bit of lube, nothing wrong with a little bit of lube on these things. That way there's some cushioning between the metal and stuff. So wheel bearing grease, anti-seize. I'm gonna use anti-seize basically, and that should help. All right, so my new pins are all in and they're lubed up and they're nice and tight and happy. So the next step is putting that damn door back on, which is never fun. Never fun, to be honest. It's definitely a good thing if you have two people helping you, which or another person helping you, which I think I'm gonna have to have Zach come and help me here, because I'm not gonna be able to do this shit. Mainly because of the fact that it's a pain in the ass and it's fucking heavy. It's not a light door by any means. Now this is the fun part. Let it down a little bit on your end. Okay. Bingo. They're lined up. Alrighty. Door's in. Holy smokes, that's a heavy door. A lot easier when you have somebody helping you. Well, somebody that knows what they're doing, for the most part. Where'd you go? Oh, there he is. So now we just got to put those bolts in, put the wiring harness back in, put that bolt in, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to see how she shuts. Hopefully she shuts a whole lot better, which I think she will. But let's get her done. Alrighty, so everything's bolted up. So I got to put my boot on my plastic. That's kind of a pain in the ass. Everything's looking hunky-dory and good. We're going to go ahead and shut the door, and hopefully this thing shuts nice and easy and doesn't have any more issues. So we're just going to give it a light push. I kind of fixed my door handle. I'm going to need a new one. That thing's all messed up. Here we go. Okay, I didn't shut it hard enough, but you can tell like it's going to shut. Look at that. So much better. There is such a tight crease up here before. Now it's a lot better. Look at that. Look at that. It doesn't go up and down anymore. Look at that. Nice, huh? Nice, look at that. Yeah, would you just look at that. So that's pretty simple fix, guys. That's how you put Chevy bushings, door bushings in. There's not too bad of a job. Other than the fact that the door's heavy as hell, that's about the only bad part about doing this job. Is it's always nice to have a second person around. Oh man, that's nice. So I will tell you, one of the things that happens with these doors when they start sagging is this piece in here, the whole lock actuator, will crack and break. You guys actually might be able to see that a little bit, how it's broken in there. So I definitely have to get me a new one of those. They're kind of expensive. I have to manually lock my door and then press my key fob, but it works. But I definitely am gonna have to get a new one of those. Yeah, I'm hoping that prevents that rain from getting in as well. The other thing I wanted to tell you guys before we end this video was, if you remember, I was having an oil pressure sensor or oil pressure issue a while ago. It's in the grease bucket now. I'm not grabbing it. So years ago, when I took a customer's car down to Tennessee for him in the good old Duramax. There is videos of that on YouTube. I'll see if I can find them and tag them in. If I can, great. If I can't, you guys can find them. It's not that hard to find those videos. Basically, my oil pressure sensor, when I got home, was leaking oil out of it, and there's something in my nose. And I changed it to a non-OEM GM part. Ever since I did that, oil pressure was kind of on the lower side. Then when I blew the radiator up in this truck, because of the overheating issue that we had, the oil got hot, and I thought, oh wow, well maybe I took out bearings in the engine or some of that nature. Well, I have good news to report to you guys. I replaced that sensor because I was kind of curious if just replacing that non-OEM sensor with an OEM sensor would work, and it did. My oil pressure has now jumped up with an OEM GMAC Delco part, has jumped up 20 PSI and is reading perfect. It's not kicking the low oil pressure light anymore. It's still driving great. So I'm almost 100% sure that it was literally just a oil pressure sensor issue because it was a non-OEM sensor. So that just goes to tell you, you gotta use OEM GM parts on these trucks, these older trucks. The new stuff, the new aftermarket Amazon, eBay electronics and sensors just are not up to par, and they do not work properly. So heed my warning, guys. Trust me when I tell you, I'm glad I did it and didn't think I needed an engine or anything of that nature. Just the head gaskets, obviously, because this engine is totally fine. Oil pressure is totally fine. Everything is totally fine. And now we obviously have new door bushings, which is hopefully gonna last me more than a couple years, which would be nice. Oh, that thing just opens up so beautiful. So beautiful, so beautiful. But yeah, so that's all done now, and that makes me happy. But other than that, guys, if you enjoyed the video, do me a favor, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, Instagram, Diablo Formula Racing, and as always, guys, deuces.